Hey there, welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here. If you're new to the channel, my name is Anonymous. I'm a sexologist, sex and relationship coach, and I make weekly videos on all things related to healthy sexuality, sexual function and pleasure, as well as mindful, conscious, and intentional sex and relationships. So if this is the kind of stuff you're interested in, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. And today we re-diving into the topic that some people may find controversial or at least uncomfortable to talk about, but it really shouldn't be, which is the ways in which your masturbation habits may actually be destroying your sex life. Now, I've made a few videos on masturbation already, including debunking the most common myths, and I have a very positive and encouraging stance towards masturbation when it comes to self-care, pleasure, and satisfaction. However, like anything else in life, too much of a good thing can turn bad. And even though masturbation has its benefits, if you're engaging in certain habits while masturbating, they can negatively impact your ability to get aroused and satisfied with a partner. So if you're curious to learn what these habits might be and how to change them, keep watching. But before we dive in, I just want to say that if you enjoy this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please hit that like button. It really helps me out. It supports me as a creator and allows me to reach more people with my educational content. Okay, let's not waste any time and dive straight into those 5 things that you should know. No. 1. Using too much stimulation. I'm sure you've heard of the term desensitization, and you probably have an idea of what it means. But just in case, let me give you a quick rundown. Desensitization happens when you've been overstimulating yourself for a long period of time. It's like living on the top floor of a hotel where all you see is ceiling. When you finally look down, everything seems really close. That's basically what happens to your body and mind when you're constantly overstimulating yourself. It gets used to a lot and needs more and more to feel the same level of excitement and pleasure. So when you try to dial it down with a partner, your body doesn't know how to respond because it is not used to such a low level of stimulation. You might find it difficult to get aroused, or you might even feel disappointed by the lower intensity of sensations. A very simple fix for this would be to just dial down the stimulation when you masturbate. Try using less toys or less intense movements. This will allow your body to slowly regain its sensitivity and responsiveness. No. 2. Ignoring the arousal porn to sex transition. If you watch porn, you probably already know what I'm talking about here. Porn arousal is a whole different world from real-life intimacy with a partner. The brain regions associated with reward and motivation are activated differently when you watch porn than when you're re-experiencing real intimacy. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men who regularly watched porn had difficulty becoming aroused by their partner as subtle sexual cues and gestures. Their brains were simply not wired to respond to those cues in the same way. They were trained to respond to something else. It is like going to the gym and expecting to lift the same weight as someone who has been training for years. Your body just isn't prepared for it. It takes time to build up that strength and train your body to respond to different stimuli. So if you feel like you're not as responsive to your partner as you used to be, or if you find yourself getting bored with sex and seeking more intense or novel experiences, it might be time to take a break from porn and retrain your brain to respond to real-life intimacy. Spend time with your partner without any distractions and focus on building that connection. Train your body to recognize and respond to your partner's touch, smell, taste, and sound. Allow yourself to fully immerse in the experience and let your body and mind do the rest. No. 3. Rushing to orgasm. I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but it's worth repeating here. When you masturbate, especially if you're trying to wind down after a stressful day, it's easy to fall into a pattern of rushing to orgasm. You spend maybe 10 minutes stimulating yourself, and then another 10 minutes trying to bring yourself to climax. And in the end, you achieve a pretty quick release that leaves you feeling somewhat unsatisfied. The problem is that you're teaching your body that this is how it's supposed to work. And when you try to engage in a sexual activity with a partner, your body expects the same level of efficiency. The result is that you or your partner yin kwai get into the mood or stay focused on the moment. You're both distracted by thoughts of having to hurry up and finish before losing interest. Or worse, you might find yourself coming on quickly and unexpectedly in the middle of foreplay. To avoid these, try to slow down when you masturbate and bring your body back to the present moment. Focus on your breath and allow yourself to fully relax into each sensation, without trying to push yourself towards orgasm. This will teach your body to do the same with a partner and create a more enjoyable and satisfying sexual experience for both of you. You can also try focusing on tandem pleasuring rather than solo orgasming, meaning that you stimulate yourself and your partner at the same time. This can help you both to become more attuned to each other's needs and preferences, and it can also lead to more intense and satisfying orgasms for both of you. No. 4. Inconsistent masturbation timing and frequency. This is something I hear a lot of people struggling with. They might tell me that they masturbate every single day, or they go for weeks or even months without doing it. And neither of those options is ideal when it comes to maintaining a healthy sex life. When you masturbate on a regular basis, it sends a clear signal to your body that it's okay to experience sexual arousal and pleasure. It also helps to maintain healthy blood flow to the genitals and keep your libido in check. On the other hand, if you go through dry spells, your libido can suffer and your body can start reacting negatively to sexual stimuli. Additionally, inconsistent masturbation can have an impact on your erectile function. When you masturbate on a regular basis, it helps to keep your erogenous system in good working order. However, if you go through periods of abstinence, your body can start to forget how to properly respond to sexual stimuli, and it can take time to get back into the groove. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men who abstained from ejaculation for long periods of time were more likely to experience erectile dysfunction. Now, I'm not suggesting that everyone needs to masturbate every day. That's not necessary, and it may even lead to but creating a balanced routine that works for you and your partner can be beneficial for your overall sexual health. And number 5, skipping foreplay and intimacy cues. This is something I've mentioned in many of my videos before, but it's so important that I have to mention it here too. Foreplay and intimacy cues are essential for a healthy sex life. They are the emotional and psychological preparation that allows your body to physically respond to sexual stimuli. Without them, you're essentially trying to jumpstart your arousal system, and it is not going to work as efficiently or effectively. When you skip foreplay, you're re-depriving your body of the emotional connection and build-up that it needs to fully respond to sexual stimuli. As a result, you might find it difficult to get aroused, or even painful. It is like trying to get excited for a movie right as it starts without any of the anticipation or build-up. It just doesn't work. This is why it's so important to spend time with your partner before sex, whether it's cuddling, kissing, or just chatting. These activities send signals to your body that it's time to relax and prepare for intimacy. They also allow you to connect with your partner on an emotional level, which is essential for a satisfying sex life. I hope this was helpful and you learned something new. I also hope that it didn't come across as judgmental or scolding. My intention is never to shame anyone for their masturbation habits. Instead, I want to provide information and helpful tips that can improve your overall sex life and well-being. In the meantime, here are 3 simple fixes you can start using today. No. 1. Practice breathing exercises before and during masturbation to help you relax and stay present in your body. No. 2. Try to pace yourself and take breaks in between masturbation sessions to allow your body to fully recover and rebuild sensitivity. No. 3. Consider keeping a journal to track your masturbation habits and reflect on any patterns or behaviors that may be harmful to your sex life. This can help you become more aware of your masturbation habits and make any necessary changes. And remember, if you continue to experience issues with arousal, pleasure, or satisfaction, don't hesitate to reach out to a professional. They can help you explore any underlying emotional or psychological issues that may be contributing to your difficulties. Finally, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let me know which tip was the most helpful, or if you have any other suggestions for improving our sex lives. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it brought you closer to your own healthy sexuality. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment below with your feedback, suggestions, or questions, and I'll see you next week.